We are checking the homework for section 4.1 in this one. I had you do 1 through 3. Is 20 divisible by 10? Yes, it is. 20 ends in 0. And they had you tell why or explain. Is 27 divisible by 2? No. 37 is not even. It doesn't end in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. One of those. 45 is divisible by 5 because it ends in 5. 108 is divisible by 9 because 1 plus 8 equals 9, which is divisible by 9. And then for 258, 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 8 is 15, and that is divisible by 3. So this is a yes. And you need to have not only just the yes and no, but you need to have the reason for it. 17 and 18, you were asked to list all the positive factors. So for 17, it's 1 and 4, and 2 times 2. So 1, 2, and 4. That's where I got that list from. For 8, it's 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. So 1, 2, 4, and 8. On one other one, I didn't ask you to do this, but 19, your number is 23. It's just 1 times 23. So it's just 1 and 23. That happens to be what's called a prime number, which we got to in a later section. 21, there's 32 students. So you can have 1 times 32. You can have one row of 32. 2 times 16. You can have 2 rows of 16. 3 won't go into it. 4 will. 4 times 8. You could have 4 rows of 8. It has to have at least 8 students in each row. So you couldn't flip it and say 8 rows of 4 or 16 rows of 2. So those are your possibilities. 22, 23, 24, and 25, you were asked to tell whether the number was divisible by 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, or none. I told you you didn't have to do the explaining, and then some of the numbers may have more than one divisor. So it's not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, which is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 5? No, it doesn't end in 5 or 0. Is it divisible by 9? 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, but 3 is not divisible by 9, and it's not divisible by 10. Is it divisible by 4? Check the last 2 digits. They're not divisible by 4, so no, it's not divisible by 4. 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, and then I'll put in 4 at the end. Not divisible by 2 because it's not even. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 more is 5, so not divisible by 3. Not divisible by 5 because it doesn't end in 5 or 0. They added up to 5, which isn't divisible by 9, and it doesn't end in 0. Is it divisible by 4? Check the last 2 digits. 4 won't go into 32, so this one is none. 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, and 4. It is divisible by 2. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 8 is 18, so it's also divisible by 3. Not divisible by 5. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 8 is 18. It is divisible by 9 because 18 is divisible by 9. Not divisible by 10. Check the last 2 digits. 88 is divisible by 4. It's 22. So it is divisible by 4. 300 is divisible by 2 and 3. Not 5. And I need to make a correction. It is divisible by 5 because it ends in 5 or 0. It ends in 0. So ignore the cross out in the rest of the video. 300 is divisible by 5. Not 9. It is divisible by 10. And it is divisible by 4. The rule for 4 is check the last two digits. Are they divisible by 2 or double zeros? And it is. And since we now have whether it's divisible by 2 and 3, we can also go through and do the 6, whether it's divisible by 6. So that one is not, this 131 is not, but 24 is divisible by 6, and so is 25 because it's both divisible by 2 and 3. And then here I went through and did number 30 again, which I believe we did together in class. If we did, you don't need to write it down. And if I didn't have time to do it in class, then I assigned it. And so it's here in this video if you need it. On 30, you were asked to tell which of the following numbers are divisible by both 2 and 3. So I'm going to go through and check. Yes, no, yes, 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 and no. So 975 is not divisible by 2, so it's out. 10 is not divisible by 3, so it's out. 898. 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 8 more is 25. That is not divisible by 3. 4 plus 7 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. That is divisible by 3. So 66 and 4,710 are divisible by both 2 and 3. Which of the numbers above are divisible by 6? Well, we know 66 is, and 47, 4,710, 42, 51, 8 would be 48. 30 would be 5. It is divisible by 6. So this one is also divisible by 6. And then using your results, write a divisibility rule for 6. If it's divisible by both 2 and 3, it's divisible by 6.